Hello, everybody, and welcome to another episode of Dela's Voice. Hello, everybody. Here we go. Let's try again. Welcome to another episode of Dela's Voice. I'm super excited for my guest today. She is a personal friend that I've gotten to know uh, in the past few months, and I'm so honored that she has accepted to be on Dela's Voice. Alka Sharma is founder and CEO of Alka's Total Fitness, where she helps her clients achieve energy and vitality in their journey. She empowers women to claim back their health and fitness through retooling their mind and their body. And Alka actually is an author, a best-selling author. She is a speaker and an expert on this subject. She was also a Guinness World Record participant, which is another story, and we'll get her to talk about that a little bit. So, ladies and gentlemen, please help me welcome my friend Alka Sharma on Dela's Voice. Hello, Alka. Seems like we're having a technical difficulty. Let me see if I can add Alka again. Oh, we've lost her. I'm sure she'll join us again. This is what it is with the internet and live shows. We got to be flexible. Alka will be joining us very soon, and I will be here to receive her. It looks like I have her here. Okay. Hi, Alka.
Hi there, Dela.
Welcome to Dela's Voice. We lost you for a second there.
Yes, but thank you so much. It's such an amazing opportunity to be on your amazing show. So thank you so much.
You're welcome. And I appreciate you being here. And I know that we're going to have so much to talk about today. But I want to take a couple of seconds, Alka, and welcome the people who are watching us. And I want to encourage everybody who's watching to please share this show with your friends so that they can also learn from Alka's fabulous knowledge. So if you want to start a watch party, you can do that now and let your friends also join into the fun. And I want to encourage everybody to please leave us comments and give us questions because Alka's here and we're going to squeeze whatever we can out of her today.
Sounds great.
Okay, so my dear Alka, let's start to get to know a little bit about you. Where does Alka Sharma come from? Where did you start? How did you get here?
Well, that is a fantastic question. And so my background, Dela, was in the fashion industry. So I've been a buyer for the past 8 years, and I was working at a boutique studio in London, England, where, as a buyer was an amazing opportunity that came from a friend of mine who said, I think you'd be good at this. And so when I went to college, I learned about fashion merchandising. And I began the journey as a buyer, and I would attend all the fashion shows, and it was glamorous, right? As we know. So being backstage, meeting the models, meeting designers was absolutely fantastic. But there came a point in my life where I was looking for a way out because I was getting burnt, traveling. So I was getting toll on my body. And then as a result of that, I began to, put on weight, and life wasn't comfortable. I did not want to be at that stage where I'm right now. So then I transitioned and I guess for me it was a calling to be in the fitness space, and also it was a calling for me to help other women and really help them to be on their journey, as like, you know, my journey that took me from being weight challenged to lacking self-confidence and self-esteem. And so I began to retool myself in order to help me find a space and a place that I needed to really have fun and learn the ways. So it's actually by hacking and retooling myself that has put me to a place where I'm right now. So through health and fitness, as I began on that journey, you know, I was finding that I was then learning to find other places, other ways that I was having fun, and that transition into the world of Latin ballroom dancing. So
Ooh.
fitness and dancing was a great part of my life, and dancing was a great part of my life then.
Oh, I love that. I just love that. That's so good. So let me ask you.
Yeah, so dancing, fitness.
So I want to ask you something, Alka. When you
Yes.
were working with all these women in the fashion industry, you must have met a lot of different kinds of people, and of course, you know, you're getting to know them a little bit more on a personal level. What did you notice what was a couple of things that you noticed about us women? What is it that holds us back?
Well, personally, I think what holds women back in general is that they don't take the courage to take that leap of faith to really improve their lives or really improve relationships. They don't take the courage to make that happen. So instead, they're always like looking for the outside help to really help them and say, okay, well, you know, if you're not going to take that step to really get to know someone, if you're not going to take that step to really improve your relationships with people, people are not going to sort of come to you. So you have to be the one to do that. And so in my journey, what I have seen is that for most people, they kind of like holding themselves back. And when you hold yourself back, you're not really open to what is the possibilities, what are the possibilities out there to really get to know other people and, you know, really reframe yourself from that. So I think it's just taking the courage and that leap.
That totally speaks to me for sure. Not taking those opportunities when they come your way because you're so afraid of failing. That totally speaks to me. Thank you so much for that bit of information. Okay, so continuing on, you went into ballroom dancing. What a fantastic journey that would be.
Oh, yes. Yeah.
So, what are some of the best taken experiences from that?
Oh, wow. There have been so many experiences. You know, the world of Latin and ballroom dancing really came at a point in my life when
I wonder if is it just me? Is this just frozen for me, or is that for everybody? Let's see. Can you let me know if one of the viewers can let me know if this is still streaming, or can you hear me and not Alka, or the other way around? Because I don't know what's happening right now. Oh, seems like we lost Alka. So let me just say hi to the people who are joining me here now. Thank you for sticking around despite the technical difficulties. Colleen, Beverly, Patricia, Ellen, Henrik, thank you. Oh, yeah, it's frozen. Yeah, it seems that maybe Alka has a little bit of an internet issue. But that's okay. The weather's really bad. It's starting really cloudy. So here she is. Let's get her back on here. Hi, Alka. Thanks for coming back. I know it's kind of weird, huh? How today is. Maybe it's because of the weather.
Hi there, Dela. Yeah, I know. Yeah, I guess.
So anyways,
Something I think storm's going to happen. It's going to brew.
It's all right. It's one of those things we can't take control over. So keep going, my dear.
Yeah, so we were talking about dance, and so you know, what can I say? There isn't just one single point that I can just, you know, mention, because dancing then took a whole different stage for me, and I was absolutely loving it. So I began dancing in 2004. So it was I was doing all the circuits, and I did all the major competitions in Toronto, Montreal, like Classe du Quebec, Montreal dance competition. I did competition in the US, and it was all the circuits that I began, that I was doing, and I was meeting my peers. The judges got to know me. My peers would get to know me because we were doing the circuits, right? And so since 2004 was the highlight of my life. Truly was just absolutely phenomenal. And so whether I found dance or dance found me, we had this love relationship. And so in 2015 was my last competition. So I was Madam Butterfly. I was just like, I was on a high. And those were my highest moments that I was just living it up.
Nice.
So dance is a form of fitness, and right. So as dance is a form of fitness, so that's how I then quickly transitioned into the role of being, involved in the fitness industry, which truly then began to be my calling, to really then help and inspire other women to really claim back and take control. Because if I could do it, anyone can do it. If you're looking to a way to like really have fun, if you're looking to really transform yourself, not just physically on the outer self, but improving yourself on the inner, because we all need to do that inner work to really have what it is that we want to truly have and live your best life.
You're so right, Alka. And I feel like the inner work is what comes first. If I feel like that's what has to come first. What do you think?
Absolutely, because without doing any inner work, and so, like, say for example, if anyone is going through, say, trauma, if anyone like trauma in the sense of like, say, a breakup in a marriage, breakup in a relationship, if you're looking to really improve yourself in your work, in your job, or as an entrepreneur, as a business owner, you cannot do that easily when you haven't done the inner work. So what I mean by that is you have to do the inner work to get to see the opportunities out there for you to really be involved, and the opportunities for you to really learn and grow yourself. So without those opportunities, they will not come easily had you not done the inner work. So loving yourself, being self-love, self-care, those are all the important tools that as women, we really need to really help in order for us to grow in
I think Alka's frozen again. But she's so right. I think that's key here. And please, if you're watching this right now, chime in and leave me your comments. Let's see what you think of what Alka's saying. Is inner work really important in order for us to get over some of the biggest challenges in our lives? I know for me, it has been so true. And my friend Colleen is on here, and she's the co-host of the Butterfly Effect with me. And we always have these conversations about how, as women, we have so many self-limiting beliefs, and those self-limiting beliefs are what are keeping us from accomplishing, from achieving, from moving forward. And so when Alka says your inner work is the number one thing, I totally get that. I know that in my own life, I had to overcome a lot of challenges, a lot of trials and tribulations that I had to work through. And the moment I started really advancing in my life personally was the moment that I decided, you know what, I need to start working on my inner self, and not a second before that. And so a lot of times we can blame so many different things and so many different people, pointing our fingers at them, and blaming our parents, blaming our past, blaming our spouses, blaming an ex-boyfriend for the things that went wrong in our lives. But at the end of the day, we need to take responsibility for the part we play in everything. And so the moment that you realize that you have a problem in your life, that something is not working, is the moment of the truth. And I call that admitting. So I always talk about this in Dela's Voice at every interview. I always come back to this, is the 3 A's of recovery from any oblivion. And tell me, chime in and let me know if you agree with me, okay? The 3 A's of recovering from any oblivion. The first A is for admitting that there's a problem, admitting that there's something truly not working here, that my life is not working, that there's an issue that needs to be dealt with. So that's the first A. The second A is ask. The moment we realize that there's something not working, we need to reach out for help. And for me, that was the biggest struggle, was to reach out for help, to ask for help, whether it was reaching out to my friends, telling them what was really not working for me, what were some of my struggles. And the moment I opened up, I realized that, first of all, I was not alone. And that meant huge relief for me, because that just meant that there's hope. Because now all of a sudden I heard from everybody else their struggles, from women that were going through exactly the same things, my girlfriends that talked to me about what they were going through, what are some of their deepest feelings, what are some of their deepest struggles in life. And then I got to ask for help. And then that's when magic happens, because now all of a sudden all these doors open up. You get information about coaches that want to that come into your life. And so excuse me for a second, Alka said that internet keeps cutting off. Alka, I have I think if you can join, and this time we'll just keep you perhaps just on the phone, then this way people can still hear you. They might not have your picture, but they can still hear you. So I'm going to call Alka on my phone and see if we can get disconnected here because I really want to have her on here. It's not a problem. We can always reconnect with Alka another day. But I want to make sure that we give her this opportunity.
Hi, Dela.
Hi, Alka. I have you on the phone so the viewers can still hear you. Is that all right with you?
Sure.
Okay.
Probably not the same effect as being on live.
I know it's not, but still, this is okay for today, and we'll have you on again another day. But I want to make sure that I give everybody what I promised, Alka Sharma, right, and her her amazing knowledge. Is that okay with you? We might keep it short this time. Okay. So people can hear you, and I wonder if maybe I can get a comment from a viewer on whether or not they can hear you. So if someone could write to me and let me know that they can hear me, that would be great.
Maybe next time, the message should come through that if you're using Stream, or maybe using Ethernet cable. So maybe next time I could, use that.
Yeah, that's fine. For today.
Yeah, no worries.
For
now. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. So Alka, as I lost you, I was just talking about the 3 A's of recovery that I always talk about when I talk about something that we're trying to get over. And as we're talking about women and working on themselves, on their inner work, I said, the first step is to admit that there's a problem, that there's something not working, right? And then the second A is to ask for help, call a coach or ask for help from someone who can help you. And the third is to take action. So these are the 3 A's I was talking about as I lost you. So you left us at women working on their inner self as the first step to getting out of their way. So go ahead, please.
Yes. So self-love. So I love the point where self-love, self-care is truly important parts to really learning and knowing ourselves, and it's learning to self-love, because once we begin to learn to love ourselves, to accept ourselves as the gorgeous, accomplished women that we are in our own fields, in our own expertise, then we can love the world, we can love our neighbors, we can love our friends. Then that whole loving other people will become second nature and will become a part of you that really needs to be loved as an individual. So once we begin to acceptance and admitting, first of all, that there is some kind of work that needs to be done in ourselves, then we can move on to really acknowledging and accepting and learning to know that, okay, there are tools out there. So those tools are, self-love and self-care, because once we begin to hone into those tools and, use those tools in our toolbox, then, the world is really a beautiful place that, we can all help and grow from each other. So I absolutely love that, those 3 A's, yes.
Thank you. Okay, so tell us then a little bit about your baby, your amazing place where people can come and you help them out. Tell us a little bit about Alka's Total Fitness.
Right. So Alka Total Fitness was truly born out of my own journey, my parallel journey that I, as I explained, I struggled with weight challenge. I lacked, confidence in myself because I wasn't happy with the body that I was in, and I was looking for a way to have fun. I was looking to really change myself, and so that's where retooling, and I used that. So because I began to retool myself and the journey that I was in to really, help other people. So then I had a vision, Dela, that I wanted to open my own place where I can really, help women come in to have fun, but not be judged by like I was. So when I took that courage, the pluck to walk into a gym, a part of me said, no, I don't think I really belong here, because there were all these fit body people. But then a part of me said, no, Alka, wait a minute. Did you not say you wanted to change yourself? So I began to listen to that voice, and I began to working out. I got a trainer who really helped me, but I had to help myself. And through that process of helping myself and knowing how good I felt after I've been working out, that my confidence just shot up. And through that confidence led me to explore other workouts that I need to do, other classes that I need to be involved in, that I was having fun for the first time. I thought, wow, why did I not discover this my whole life? But then, it's never too late. We're never too late to learn anything. So through that process is when I opened my studio to say that, look, it doesn't matter about your shape or your size. What matters most to us is knowing that you're part of a community. You're part of you belong to a place where it's a non-judgmental zone. So we are there to help you on your fitness journey. So, it's about embracing you as a person, as a beautiful woman that you are, and we are with you on your fitness journey.
Wonderful. Actually, you have to know Ruth. Ruth is saying she wants to visit your studio next time she's in Toronto. I want to visit your studio. Your studio sounds like an amazing place.
It truly is. I mean, I'm not saying as an owner, but it truly is. I mean, my clients, they give us feedback that it's a beautiful, warm, inviting environment. The ambience is absolutely beautiful. Everything, Dela, that I had envisioned how my studio wanted to look like when that process was happening, everything was just a vision of how I wanted my student to look like. Is that Ruth Woodbury?
Yes, it is.
Yes, it is. Oh, I know Ruth, yes.
Yes.
I know Ruth.
So I heard that your clients keep coming for years. And, because for a lot of places, like, when people go to gyms, they're usually not there for a very long time. But your clients, Alka, actually keep coming. Like they make your place as a part of their life, right? You become like a family. I know you give them a real community feel. Is that something you're going for?
Absolutely. So once it is community feeling, it's a community building, both me and my team, we always make it a point that you're not just a client, you are a valuable client, and you're valued in every aspect. So that value pretty much comes in that we're always asking for your feedbacks. We're asking for your feedbacks when it comes to what are the classes that you would like to see? What are some of the things that we can add more for you and bring value to you? So, we've done client appreciations, and we always acknowledge our clients because they're the ones that, have been building and, growing, and we've all been growing together. So I've had clients that have been with me for the past 3 years, and it's truly quite a remarkable journey, Dela, that I have seen every one of my clients just grow in terms of, they've been, in terms of the energy that has just shot up, the energy, the strength, the vitality that I have seen. So when they first come to the studio, I would always sit down with my clients and say, okay, what are your fitness goals? What's your fitness journey? What are the goals that you're expecting to get out of your classes? And straight off the bat, most of them have not exercised, and they were lacking the energy. They were drained physically, emotionally, mentally. So I would sit down with them, and we will formulate a plan. So then after that, like 4 to 6 weeks into being part of the studio, they have just really transformed in every aspect of their life. So with that, it's really a humbling feeling to see that, the journey that where they were to where they are right now is really quite amazing. I can mention names. Abdi has been one of them. Sarah was one of them. And there were so many others that I can just mention that have truly transformed themselves in every aspect. And so as an owner, it's truly quite a humbling feeling.
Oh, sure. I mean, this is your superpower, right, Alka? You're helping women and find that empowerment within themselves. And it's amazing how, when you feel in one area of your life, then every other area of your life also gets affected. And so you're saying you're seeing people start with just fitness goals, and then they transform their entire life because of where they started.
Absolutely. So it's like a snowball effect. So once you begin to improve one area of your life, so take for me example again is that when I was learning to really find a way that I wanted to really transform myself physically, so I had to learn to improve myself internally, but then I had to do the work. I had to do exercise. I had to work out, and as I began to really have fun, because at the end of the day, if you're not having fun, whether when you're working out, your workouts, whether in your job, it's going to snowball into every other area of your life. So if you're working out and you're enjoying what you're doing, so what I always say to my clients is find a workout that truly resonates with you. So whether it's kickboxing, whether it's TRX, Pilates, Zumba, you love dance, you love Zumba, then you're truly going to get the most out of your workouts. But most importantly, you are going to learn to really improve yourself, the confidence, the vitality, energy is going to come and show up then in every aspect. So throughout your days, you're going to be more productive in your work. You're going to be more productive with the clarity and the focus to really in your work, in your business life is really going to be, 10 times, really going to be impacted. So I always say, choose a workout, first of all, that you are going to love, that you're going to make the time to come because of the instructor, because of the workout itself. It's fun, and you relate to that. So once you begin to relate to a workout, then everything else really, impacts very, very nicely.
You're so right. Because I wasn't always active, right? And I remember thinking the very first time I started going to kickboxing, I thought, oh my God, how am I ever going to do this? And, you start somewhere and then you just improve as time goes by. So what do you say to women who think, oh my God, I'm just not the active type? I've heard this so many times. I'm just not active. I'm just not the exercise type, right? So what do you say to someone who's starting from zero, from really no exercise background at all? What do you say to them?
Well, I do have clients who also have been saying that to me, that, I want to do, say, for example, I want to do Pilates. But I am not the kind who would stick to my workouts. I'm not the kind who, I can't motivate myself. So that is a huge factor. And I always say that, we all need to begin somewhere. Like I had to take that courage, my courage to walk into a gym. And so when I did, then everything else fell into place. So I would suggest, telling my clients that, we all have to begin somewhere. So if your fitness journey is to improving yourself physically, you want to transform yourself, have more energy, vitality, the confidence that you are lacking in one aspect of your life, it's really going to come from really taking that courage to say that, okay, I love dance and I've been wanting to dance my whole life, but I did not get the opportunity. So if you're the kind who loves dance, Zumba is absolutely fantastic. In that 1 hour, you burn a ton of calories, 100 calories, and it's truly quite amazing. So I always would suggest that, whatever your goals are, make that your mission, make that your point to then, come maybe say twice a week, see if that resonates with you, see if that workout. So as I mentioned before, be relatable to any of your workouts. So if you're wanting to transform yourself physically, you want to get the total body conditioning. TRX is a phenomenal total body workout, as we know. So I would always recommend that choose a workout that intuitively it's going to resonate with you, it's relatable, and that you're going to have fun. Because if you're not having fun in any workout that you choose, then you're simply not going to have fun when it comes to improving your life in general.
You're so right. Having fun is so important. Ruth is also saying that, yes, courage is so important. And I can relate to that. I know that so many instances I have walked into a gym in the past, and just the thought of being there is really intimidating, right? And you look around and there's all these fit bodies and people are lifting weights, and these women who look like they have been working out since they were babies. And I remember thinking, oh my God, I could never, right? So having the courage to show up for yourself, super, super important. But so going back to what you're saying, absolutely. Having fun in the process, because if you're not having fun, you're not going to stick to it.
Exactly. So, motivation is the biggest factor for most people. We lack the motivation simply because, we're not interested, simply because, it gets monotonous from the instructor standpoint. But then, what, Dela, what I would always suggest as well, and I've seen that through my journey, is that I would always say to my coach, my trainer, that, I want more out of my workouts. So we then also need to have a voice. If we're not happy with some of the workouts, and I've always, we have to learn to be vocal as well. And if we're not happy with the training, I say to my trainer, well, you know what, is it okay that we've changed things around because, my body needs to be, we cannot be at a plateau, because once your body's at a plateau, well, then your body is not going to be more adaptive and, be changeable. So, saying to your coaches that, is it okay that we change some things around? And your coach is never going to say no. They're going to listen to you. They're going to say, yeah, absolutely, we can change these things around. This is what I suggest. So what I will suggest when it comes to motivating and getting the most out of your workouts is to be more vocal and say that, suggest to your coaches. That's what your coaches, that's why we hire them, is that, so it's a two-way thing. Your coach is, and yourself, you're a team. So I would never say that, don't speak to your coach, but I would always recommend that, be more vocal with your coach as well, being more engaging with them as well, so they know how to help you. They know which areas to help you. So whether it's, most women, you love working on your upper body. I know I do. So, they'll give you feedback. That's why you hire them. So to get the most out of your workouts is being engaging, is having that conversation with your coach. You're going to get 100% out of your workouts. So that's where the motivation also kicks in, because then you're more likely to stick to your workouts. So motivation is a huge factor for most of us.
And it's amazing how you just brought that in. No wonder it helps women find their power within, because look at what's happening too. Is, as you're saying this, I'm thinking, okay, so for a woman who's shy, perhaps, who doesn't really ask for what they want, to give them the voice to ask for what they need, right? And to participate in planning a program with their coach. That's huge, because that same woman slowly finds her voice, is now empowered to say what she wants, right? To ask for what she wants.
Yes, absolutely. And empowerment, once a woman going from being less active or not active, she hasn't exercised, but she knows though deep inside that she really wants to change her life around. So whether she's a housewife, whether she is a business owner, but she's at home because she's taking care of her kids, but she's put on weight, and she knows though deep inside that there is something lacking. And that lacking is that she wants to learn to have fun. She wants to learn ways that she can improve her life around to not only take care of her family, but her own health. And as we know, our health is our number one priority that we must never take for granted. But most women, they don't know where to start. They don't know where to start, where to begin, who to go to ask for that help. And so I have seen that in my own journey. I've seen that with my clients that, they needed to start somewhere. So that's why they would, come to the studio, they go to the gym to say, okay, look, I need to find a way to improve my life and to find a way to improve myself, that I can have the courage to really be in front of other people, have the confidence that brings me more clarity and focus that I really need to improve myself around. And so motivation and empowerment, they go hand in hand, because once you're fully empowered, you begin to really live your life to the fullest in every aspect. So from your workouts, from your business, from relationships with people, it truly is a phenomenal ride then you're going to be on, because in every aspect you are more fulfilled. And as we begin to be more fulfilled in our own lives, then that fulfillment, you've unleashed your passions, and then that's where your power and empowerment truly begins to hone in.
Amazing. Alka, we as women, especially women, we were never taught to put ourselves first. A lot of women think of taking care of themselves as the last thing on their list, right? We feel like it's selfish.
Yeah.
And so we're learning more and more today that now that not only that's not selfish, but that's called self-care, and it's super important, not only for ourselves, but for the lives of the people that we love and we cherish. What's your take on this?
Absolutely. So, that's a beautiful question, because when it comes to self-care, and for most of us, different cultures think, okay, well, women are always second, and the families come first, and so on. So self-care really is not about being selfish. Self-care comes in forms, in many different forms, but learning to loving yourself, to taking care of yourself, whether it's pampering yourself. So pampering yourself, keeps you that self really focused. So when you begin to focus yourself on the inside, then you're going to let yourself, like you said, you can't give to other people from a half cup. So give yourself that cup that's running over to another person. So you can't do that until you haven't done that for yourself. So once you begin the self-care process, the self-love process, then that deep down is going to trickle, that trickle effect is going to go to so many other people. And so it's not about being selfish, it's about really taking care of yourself so that you can be more empowered and help other people in their journey, what they are facing, what they are going through. So for example, as an owner of a studio, is that, we take clients through that journey. So I will sit down with them, formulate a plan. Okay, where are you right now? How is it that, from the classes, we can help you from that. And what are you hoping to get out of the classes so that we can help you on your fitness journey? And so once we formulate a plan, so as I said, we are all working as a team, and you have to learn to really be more, having a conversation, having a dialogue with your coaches, your team members, so that they know which is the areas to help you. And so it always comes down to not being selfish, but being more, more assertive in ways that we can help, not only as our family, but helping people in general.
Yes. As a part of Alka's Total Fitness, would you have other programs that you offer, or that you offer perhaps for people for self-development or growth or anything like that, for empowering women, or is it just fitness?
It's just fitness. It's just group classes, group fitness classes. So, but we are going to be having, once the studios, the gyms they do, once they reopen, I will be having workshops and seminars from my different instructors who are going to be more knowledgeable. I'm going to have workshops and seminars from other health professionals who are going to be talking about different areas. So for example, one day I might be in a chiropractor who's going to be talking about health and wellness and why that's important for your taking care of your body and how that really helps you in every aspect of your life. So I'm going to be doing more workshops so that people can be more engaging. So when it comes to other health coaches or other health professionals who are going to really help you to really enhance your life, because as we know, Dela, enhancing your life in every aspect is truly a phenomenal way that they can grow and learn to know about themselves. So those are the things that's going to come. Yeah, absolutely. I'm going to be doing more workshops.
Awesome. So there's people watching this, Alka, and what do you want to leave them with? What do you want the audience to remember you by, Alka Sharma?
What I would say is that whatever you've learned from this conversation is that truly remember that you're never alone on this journey. Is to retooling your mind and body, is knowing that you have the confidence, and it's taking that step, it's having taken that leap of faith that if you wanted to improve yourself physically, it takes work, but knowing that once you begin to take that, doing that work for yourself, whether it's through self-love, self-care, they all go hand in hand, and they'll all have a trickle effect from one aspect of your life to another. So remembering that, loving yourself, self-care, self-love, and retooling yourself, your mind and body is the most phenomenal way, an amazing way, but there is work that needs to be done. And for you to really have an amazing life, having a life of success and achieving that life of success for the betterment for yourself, get a better version of yourself, it is in a phenomenal way. And growth only takes place when we as women learn to appreciate, accept ourselves as the beautiful accomplished women that we are. And so that will be my biggest takeaway.
Amazing. You said that so well. And there's so much personal responsibility in what you said, Alka.
There is that personal responsibility, because we are the ones who have to be responsible for our actions in terms of our mind, body, emotional, and spiritual. So everything on a holistic level, we have to be responsible in those areas, because once we are responsible in those areas on a holistic level, because you know what, Dela, I always like to look at life as a balanced approach, on a holistic approach, on a holistic plane, because that's when we have worked on ourselves on those 4 planes, then everything is so beautiful, and everything, there's opportunity, there's growth that truly takes place. So we have to be responsible for ourselves before we can be responsible and take on and helping other people.
So true. So true. Alka, I want to thank you for being such a good sport, despite the technical difficulties we had. And I think that you're such a professional that this sort of stuff is not going to stop you. I know that you are amazing. Your words are powerful, and your message is very clear. So I want to thank you for giving me your time, giving the audience your time, and sharing your knowledge with us so generously. I would love to have you on again on another occasion where people can actually benefit from seeing you at the same time. So I'm going to hold you to that, to please come back. That would be great.
Okay, perfect. You know what, Dela, thank you so much for your time, and I really had an amazing time on your show, and I just connecting with the viewers, and so that's been a beautiful Sunday for me, at least to be on your show. And you know what, any questions that I could answer for your viewers, I was more than happy to do so.
Thank you so much. If there are any questions, people will put them in the comment section, and perhaps we can go back and revisit them. And I want to thank you, everybody who joined in and listened. So please share this information with the people who you think might benefit from this. But always, as always, please take what you want and leave the rest. With that, Alka, I want to give you a couple of more minutes if there's anything else you want to say. Alka?
Yeah, I just want to say, well, I wish you all success in your fitness journeys. Just take note of what, I said, taking that leap of faith, just really improving yourselves on a daily basis is, what I want to ask for. And I'd be more than happy to answer any of your questions. And I look forward to connecting with you.
So visit Alka's beautiful studio at Alka's Total Fitness in Thornhill, Ontario. She's online. You can reach her. Is there a website to your place, Alka?
Yes, there is. So alkastotalfitness.com.
Thank you. So alkastotalfitness.com. Reach Alka and see how she can help you along in your fitness and health journey. Let her find. Let her help you find it. That's what I wanted to say, because she's a pro at this. She's been doing it for a long time. She's an expert at empowering women. So find your power. Find your power. Thank you so much, Alka.
Thank you, Dela. I appreciate your time.
And I appreciate you, my friend. And we'll do this again very soon. And for anyone else who's watching and listening to this podcast, I want to thank you for your time. and for taking the commitment to your health and wellness seriously. And I wish you well. As always, this has been Dela's Voice, hoping to spark your soul. Have a great day, everybody. Till next time. Bye, Alka.
Bye, Dela. Have a great Sunday.
You too, honey.
Okay.
Bye. Bye. Bye.